Welcome every one of us to this class today, and thank you for being patient with me for our class. And I would really appreciate if we pay attention to everything we are going to do today so that we can be able to forge ahead with every other thing we have. Thank you so much. Um, it's Mr. Newman, and we have a very serious thing we want to look at now. Okay, so in this class, it depends on how long it's going to be. However, there are a number of tools I want to introduce us to. Maybe that's going to be perhaps at the end of the class, okay? Now, number one is this particular website, Who Is. I'm going to teach us how to use Who Is to find the actual owner of a website. There are some websites that are sent to me now. I have not opened it. The reason for that is because I really want to know the person who owns that website, the year that that website was created, and a number of other information. Now, please, because I'm sending this to you too, I have to say this. This is a disclaimer. All the things that we are doing here is for educational purposes. Every website mentioned, everything that is being shown is for educational purposes and not meant for any harm. Okay. Now the next one is this particular website, testasp.vonweb.com. So you're also going to be using it for password sniffing, tutorial lesson, and the rest of the things all of us. Then the next one is showdown.io. Showdown.io happens to be a search engine for cyber guys, and we use this particular search engine to find uh, quite a whole lot of you know information from the web. So using this particular website, we can use it to find a webcam that is open, a and quite a whole lot of stuff. So we are going to see that later. Then this other one is a virus total. I love this website, and the reason for that is because of its ability to detect viruses, malwares, and everything for us using over 70, I think it's over 70 antiviruses that we have in this particular website. So this website is very secure. Everything I'm saying going to be showing us there are very, very secure, very, very secure, also being used in the industry and a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to teach us how we are going to use it. And then the next one we have is have I been pwned.com. So this particular website helps us a lot in knowing if somebody is monitoring you, because it's going to tell you if your website or maybe your server or your email and the rest of them have been attacked by someone, something of that nature. I'm trying just to be fast. Okay, so if we have time, we're going to look at it later, but we want to forge ahead to quickly to what we actually have. And from this environment, this is what we are supposed to be studying in cybersecurity, introduction to cybersecurity. That is module one, defining cybersecurity, and it's important. I think we have done this to a large extent. I also sent us some material. This material, defining cybersecurity, and it's important. Everybody, you have this: the history of cybersecurity, the roles and responsibility, threat actors, vulnerabilities and vectors, what they mean, and a whole lot of stuff. So you have this material. You want to go and read it very well. If you have any question, you can send it to me via DM or perhaps in the comment section, or anyhow you want to you want to do that. So basically what we want to do, we want to conclude our class with um, you know our class with wireshark, and be able to enter into a new topic and a whole lot of other stuff that we have to do. Okay, so that's basically what we want to do. And then we have introduction to networking. We have introduction to networking, and we have definition of network and the internet, physical and logical topologies, binaries and hexadecimals, IP addressing, and subnetting. So IP addressing and subnetting is something we are going to do in our next class. And the reason for that is because we are going to use a certain tool, um, you know, so we are going to learn that using a certain tool. So in the process of learning that, we are going to learn IP subnetting, and then a whole lot of other stuff. Okay, so basically now, what you want to do, we have learned how to set up our networking simulation lab, which is Wireshark. So I'm going to go again. Basically, this video is on Wireshark. So everything that has to do with the basics of Wireshark, understanding a whole lot of stuff. That is what we want to do using this particular in this particular video. Okay, there is no way we are going to understand Wireshark very well, except if we understand the concept of networking. So for that reason, I think I want to start with the concept of networking. Okay. Okay, I have a slide in this place. I have a slide here. So I want to start with so basically, what we are going to be looking at the introduction to networking, and then we are going to look at types of networking, networking topologies, networking devices, OSI, and all these things that are here. Then we are going to go into our lab and set up our lab and be able to do something. So basically, for you to understand Wireshark very well, you must know protocol and ports. You must know IP addressing. You must know networks very well and the rest. So for that reason, I want to focus my attention in this. So the next slide is saying what is networking. Now, in my bit to explain networking to my students, I want to tell you that networking is basically is the practice of connecting. So it is a practice, it's a continuous activity, is a practice of connecting computers and other devices to share. The whole essence of networking is to share resources, share data and application. Okay, to share resources. Now, no computer can survive alone, such as no man or no woman can survive in a village alone. Nobody wants to do that. So no computer can survive alone. The reason for which you are able to watch this particular stuff now is because your your computer is connected to a lot of networks. Number one, the computer is connected to YouTube. Your computer is connected to to networks in the vicinity. Your computer is connected to a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Now, basically, what are we trying to say? The whole essence, the benefit of networking, as you can see here, the whole essence of networking. The reason why we want to network is because we want to share resources. And for us to share, for once we begin to network, sharing resources from one computer to another, that simply means that there is something that is leaving this computer and is going to the other computer. And for that reason, somebody can be able to tap into your network and be able to what and be able to drain what you are sending to another computer via the network space. Okay, now, so the essence of doing this, now when you do transfer for somebody, the money leaves your account, and the person happens to be in another state in Nigeria that is not close to you, but the money leaves your account and goes to that person's account and stay there without you carrying money and throwing it, or maybe to where that person is, or something of that nature. Now, the essence of this emphasis is for us to understand the role of networking, the role of network, the whole role of network, the role of network in cybersecurity and sharing of data information. Now, when threat actors, remember those we call threat actors, when threat actors want to have access to our resources and the rest of that, what they go straight to is on the network. They want to go to the network to be able to take it. The next one is enable communication and the rest of that. Now, we have types of network. Okay, we have the one we call the local area network. This is a type of network. I'm also very sure that you also have this slide. I'm just trying to do some stuff. Um, Local area network is a type of network that connects devices within a small geographical area, such as home, office, and building. So a local area network does not go away from a compound. It still stays within a compound. It still stays within a building. It stays within a house. It stays within an office. Okay, so this kind of network are mostly done using cables, and sometimes it can also be wireless, depending on like Bluetooth or perhaps maybe something of that nature. Okay, now the next one you have is the wide area network. The wide area network is a wider one, the internet space where we have every other network is inside this one. Every also the wide area network is the father of every other network. If you want the local network, is inside it. If you want the metropolitan network, it is inside it, and the rest of that. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that if somebody have access to a one, that person automatically, in some situations and in some networking spaces as well, automatically will have access to every other one, because almost all the devices we have now have access to the internet. Then the next one you have is the metropolitan area network, and then we have this other one, and the rest of them. You have these things on your slides sent to you, and the rest. So we want to go straight now to network topology. So network topology refers to the physical or logical arrangement of devices or nodes and how they are connected into a network. It is a physical arrangement. It's why we arrange the way we arrange our system, the physical arrangement of our system. So you have here now you have only two computers on your house. For instance, you have only two computers in your house or perhaps in your office or wheresoever, and you want them to share data. So the kind of topology you want to use is a P2P, P2P or point-to-point topology. That is to say, the two computers are are connected directly to themselves. Then we have the one we call the the topology. This other topology is also another kind of arrangement that we also have in offices, a situation whereby two computers are sharing information to three computers. You can see here, these two computers here are the ones that share information to this. So the ones beneath do not have the information they are supposed to work with. Only these ones that are at the top that has the information. Then we also have, that is to say, if this two is not on, this two here is not on, this three cannot work in the office. Okay, this is how another topology, another arrangement of the computer system. Then we have the one we call the ring topology. The ring topology is a situation whereby the computers are connected to themselves. Now, this one is the server and this one is a computer. So this computer is drawing information from the server and is giving to every other one in a circle. That is to say, if one computer is off from here, if one computer is off from here, the other computers cannot work. But if in the bus topology, this computer is off, this other computer can give these other ones the information. But this other one now, when one of the computers is faulty, every other computer cannot be able to work. And all these things are different types of topologies that we have. So topology basically means a physical or logical arrangement. So it can be a physical arrangement, it can also be a logical arrangement of computer. So logical has to do, especially in a wide area network environment where the computers are not physically in one place, but there is a kind of top there is a kind of um, access given to each computer based on what we want them to do and the rest of it. So we have different network devices. We are going to learn them these other ones when we are going to uh, in our next class, when we are going to be installing this Cisco packet tracer on our computer. Okay, so we have a lot to learn, and basically I want to be fast. So most of the things we are learning, we am recording now, almost all of them have been taught. The only reason is because some persons are not in the class when we taught that. However, you have the materials and the rest of them, so you can go and understand it very, very clearly. Okay, now I want to forge ahead now to our wireshark environment. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to turn on my wireshark. I want to turn on my wireshark on this environment. Okay, so I'll wait for it to come up, and then I will now begin to learn the things we ought to learn from it. So from our syllables, this is what we have in our syllables. My wireshark is coming up, but let me show you. In our syllables, we are supposed to learn networking devices and protocols. Okay, and common network devices, networking protocol, wireless network concepts. Okay, and so installing Wireshark, we have I've taught us how to install Wireshark before on your system, but I think I'm going to also do that again. Let me show you where the how you can be able to do that. So what you want to do is just go on any browser that you have, and then you want to search for um, Wireshark download. Okay, so you want to write Wireshark download here, and Wireshark is a very, very, you know, important tool. So when you click on this Wireshark download environment now, it's going to bring you to the official website. Please make sure that you are the website where you are downloading it from is wireshark.org. Okay, then once it loads, you are going to see your system specification. If you want to download the Windows X64, if you want this other one and the rest, if you want older version, we also have older stable releases. If your system cannot carry these other ones, you know the one your system can carry. Then once you click on it, it will start to download. The other things you need to do is just to accept the terms and services, give it permissions where needed, and the rest of them, and then it's going to work. I want to believe all of us already have this because we have done the lesson repeatedly in our classes. Okay, so this is just for formality's sake. There is another website I'm going to also be teaching us, which is find my IP. Find my IP. I think that's the name of the website. Then I'm also going to be introducing us. I'm not going to click this now. Okay, the reason is because we are online. I'm going to teach us this using Packet Tracer or perhaps another tool. Okay, so the next website I want to show us is Wireshark sample capture sample sample packages. Okay, so uh, sample captures, this is another website I'm going to be showing you that is going to help you. So before I go into my Wireshark environment, I'm going to do this now. So the sample captures in this particular place, Wireshark have been able to all the protocols that we have. Wireshark have captured sample packages for sample captures for us so that we can be able to use it to learn what we want to learn. Now basically I'm going to go to the our Wireshark and continue from there, and maybe come back to sample capture later on. Okay. So my Wireshark is asking me for an update. I don't want to do update now, but it's very, very important you update your systems all the time. If I to do the update now, perhaps it's going to take a lot of time. Now, please pay attention to this place. Now, this is my Wireshark, and all these things are the works I've done before. Your own might not have all these works, okay? Now, but this environment is a place where you want to look at. Now, I have traffic in this place. So Wireshark happens to be a traffic capture tool, a tool that we use to monitor the internet and what is happening in the internet or in the workspace. Okay. Okay, so in this environment now, I have traffic in Ethernet 3. I have traffic in this other place as well. I have traffic here. I have traffic here. I don't have traffic in these places. Even in my Wi-Fi, I don't have traffic here, and I wonder why I don't have traffic in this place at this moment. Okay, so basically, what you want to study is the place where you have traffic. That is the place where you want to study, the place where you have traffic. Okay, so you click on it. I'm supposed to click on my Wi-Fi, but perhaps I don't have internet connection. Maybe that's the reason. And because we are also online, I don't want to okay, I'm seeing some stuff here and I don't want to um okay. Now let me click on this. Okay, this is the one I want to click. Now basically, when you turn on your wireshark, you're going to have this environment. The next thing you want to do is to click on the network you want to, the network you want to capture the traffic, the network you want to capture the traffic that is going there. That is what you want to, that is what um you want to click on. So I want to click on this now, Ethernet. And once I click on it, my wireshark will start to capture traffics. Okay, it will start to capture the traffic that is working on that environment. Okay, so I'm going to stop it immediately. So this is how is working, but because of my time I want to stop it. Okay, I want to stop it and leave it here. And for some reasons I'm not going to use this one to teach us. Okay, because we are on YouTube. That's the reason I don't want to use this to teach us. However, I'm going to go to. Okay, I think I'll pardon it. Let me pardon it, and then let me go to. Okay, so you have this material already. You have these materials with you. Okay, now what we want to do is password HTTP password sniffing. We want to see how we can use Wireshark to sniff the password. This is for educational purposes, please, not for any malicious reason, please. Okay, so one of the websites you want to go to is this other one that we have here and this other one. So these are websites that are available for students who are learning uh, how to do these things to use. So in this place we have so we want to go to this website now. So I have this website in this environment. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to uh, refresh it, and then I'll go back, make sure that my wireshark is on, go back, make sure that my wireshark is on, and say continue with data saving. That's what I want to do. And then once it continues to work, and then what we want to do now is we want to see how Wireshark can be able to capture password from the internet without the person who logged in knowing. And from that place we are going to learn some things. So in this place now you can see this register environment. So I want to click on the register environment because I have to register first before signing in. So in this place I want to use Newman 123 as the new 123, and then the real name is I want to use Newman, and the email address I want to use just red at gmail.com. Then in this other place, the password, I don't want to use this password. I just want to write something simple, okay? Because they're going to require choose your own. That's what I want to do. They're going to require it later. So I want to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. That's what I want to write here. And then I'm going to click on register me. Okay. Now I am registered. Okay, now I'm registered. I want to log in. Okay, remember that our Wireshark is still on and it is capturing all the packets. Okay, so now I want to log in. I remember that what I used was Numa1234, and then the next thing that I used was my password is 1234567 8 and 9, and then I'm going to log into this website. Okay, so it's telling me that we have successfully logged in, everything is fine, and the rest of that. Now let's go to our Wireshark and see how the Wireshark have been able to capture this particular packet for us. Okay, now all the things we are doing here, we have done it before. I just want to make a video for you guys, a final video on the things we did, so that those who we are not able to join us online can be able to see what we did. That's the reason why I'm a little bit fast, and you have the video, you can just pause it, listen, track, practice, and a whole lot of stuff. But okay, so now our Wireshark have been able to capture 1,520 packets. Now, what do we call packets here? What we call packets here are interactions. I want to say now, as I'm talking now, let's say we are talking, I am talking with you physically. Each word that I brought out, or each sentence that I say, or each phrase or whatsoever is a packet. I'm sending you something, you are giving it to me back. I'm sending you something, you are giving it to me back. Now, it is possible that these 1,520 packets that are captured by Wireshark is just between two computers. They are just between two computers, okay? That the interaction that they had within a certain time and the rest of that, that is what Wireshark is showing us. I'm not going to dive deep into this because of some security um, um, reasons, okay? But the things I'm not going to explain here are the things I've explained in the class uh, to students. Now, in our online classes, during also you can bring up questions and we know how to do it. Okay. Now, remember there is something I said initially. This environment is called the packet list. These are packet lists. There is another thing you may want to call this. You may want to call it history. The history, transaction history in my Wi-Fi today. Maybe when you are going home and you turn on the Wi-Fi in your house, you want to know all the things that your children did using your Wi-Fi. Just put on your Wireshark, connect it to the Wi-Fi, and leave it and go to work. Something of that nature. When you come back from work, you now go to Wireshark and study everything your children did using your Wi-Fi. If they watch movie, if they do a whole lot of stuff, and the ones I can be able to explain now is this protocol and a whole lot of stuff. But before then, let me show you, this place is called the packet list. Now, please pay attention. This tool is very, very important in the industry. We call those who use this tool. There are three different job spaces, or perhaps four different job spaces in the cybersecurity field that their work is dedicated to this tool. We have security analysts, we have information analysts, we have SOC analysts. So if you learn this thing very, very well, you find out that you are good to go. If you learn this very, very well, you find out you are good to go in these particular roles. Okay, so the next one we want to do is let me show you this environment. So the view environment, there's something we call the packet list. Okay, I can remove it, and then I can remove this other one as well. Now let me now teach us this using this view environment. I'll go to the view environment. I want to call up my packet list. Now this is the environment that lists all my packets, all the history, or maybe you can also call it logs, all the logs. Now I'll come to this place again. I want to call up my packet detail. Now this one is the one that gives us the detail of what happened in each of the packet lists. So if I click on any packet list now, you are going to find out that the informations here are changing, informations here are changing, and informations here are changing. Now the next one I want to do now is also click on packet bytes. Then we are going to have three environments in this place. This one is the bytes environment. Now you know that computer does not speak English, does not understand the human language. What it does is, what it speaks and understand is the mathematical language, binaries and the rest of them. So that's what the computer understand. Any English language, or maybe whatsoever you see on the computer, is actually converted from binary to those languages. So anything we click on here is going to change these and give us the computer language in this particular place. This can be decrypted and this can also be decrypted. Now, what brought us here? What we are learning is HTTP, how we can be able to decrypt our what's it called again? How we can be able to decrypt our HTTP. So I want to be fast now, please, because of my battery life and some other stuff. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to come here. Remember that the protocol that we are decrypting, we decrypt, um, what's it called? We decrypt everything that Wireshark give to us using protocols. So we decrypt by not the way you decrypt this protocol, that you decrypt this other protocol, that you decrypt this other protocol. I've explained what a protocol is before and a port. But in this video now, let me try and just give you a preamble to that particular explanation. Now, there are what we call protocols and ports. We have what we call the airports. Airport are for aeroplanes. We have the seaports. The seaport are for our ships. We have the what again now? The transport. The transport has to do with with our vehicle. Okay, we say this is the what do I want to call it now? The transport pack or whatever you may want to. So the reason why I'm saying this is port has to do with channels through which a certain resources is being shared. It is not the same place that our email travels from, that our the email travels from, that our what again now travels from, that our audio travel from. Our audio has its different ports. Your WhatsApp audio has a different port. Your call audio has a different port. So that there are a lot of traffic on the online space. There are a lot of traffic on the online space. So for that reason, what potential different ports gonna carry and protocol gonna carry different kinds of services, network services, so that na mmadụ na-enwe. So once somebody send an email or maybe send a file or jebe chọba pipe ya immediately, chọba ozi ya, chọba main road ya, chọba everything ya oge so when I get, so that everything is going to be organized. So that is basically the work of protocols and port. Now the protocol we want to decrypt is the HTTP protocol, and we have used it to capture our own password and our own username. So what I want to do now to get this thing very very fast, you see, Wireshark was able to capture 1,520 packets, and for me to be able to be searching one after the other is going to take me time. For that reason, we have this filter environment. I've taught this before. That's the reason why I'm rushing. I only want to give you a video that is going to enable you to be very very fast. Now to come watch again and understand. That's basically. So what I want to do now is I want to write HTTP, because that is a protocol don't try decrypt. So in this environment, anytime you got it right, you are going to have this green environment. If you got it wrong, you are going to have a red environment. Okay. So HTTP, that is the protocol we want to filter, and when that is done, it's going to remove every other protocol from here and give us only the ones that we need. And then I want to write dot request. Okay, sorry, not request but response. Dot response. Now there are difference between request and response. Response is what the computer gives to us, and request is the one that we give to the computer. I think I'm correct with what I'm trying to do now. So dot response, am I correct? Uh Okay, no. What I'm supposed to type is dot request. That is what I gave to the computer, what I'm requesting. So this response is the one the computer is giving to me. You can see that the response of the computer, by the time we logged into that particular website, we logged in successfully, computer say, okay, this is the website you are coming in. Okay, 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 everything is okay, okay, okay. That means this person, there was a successful transaction with what we did. So what I want to check is for request and not for response. So these are my requests. Okay, so these are the requests. You can see this environment where it's saying login, sorry, register. This is the place where we registered. Now for us to be able to get our password details, we want to look for this register environment. Eba ka I register. Remember that we came to this website, and the first thing we did in this website was to register, right? This website, the first thing we did was to register. Now, because let me log out now. Where is the logout environment? We're supposed to have a logout environment here. uh Okay, log out. Okay, so let me log out so that you can be able to see it. So you can see this register now, and you can see this login. So wireshark was able to capture it, and then so this is the register. So the information we use to register is going to be inside here. How do I know? Because I'm seeing these brackets. What you are looking for is this bracket application slash form. This place carefully form. So we filled a form inside here, and wireshark is telling you this is the packet that captured the form that this person filled. This is also the packet that captured the form that this person filled, but this one has to do with the login. So we want to come here and click here. When I click here, the next thing I want to click is to come to this packet what I want to be sure that you remember it. The packet, what do we call it? You can write it on the section, and then you click on this environment. Can you see now? This is the username, the this is my username, this is my real name, this is my email address, and this is the password that I used. Okay, so that is how Wireshark keeps this information. And this other one is the login environment. We do the same thing here. We come to this HTML form URL encoded, blah blah blah. You now see what? So you see the login details and the rest. So you find out that so it's telling you that this person logged in and this person also registered in this particular place. So this is the end for this HTTP for now. Okay, we have done all these things. I want to give you a video that you can keep going to recall. Now the next one you want to do is I want to show you how you can be able to decrypt audio messages from Wireshark. And I want to do this, okay? Now, because I say I'm going to introduce us to a certain website, my battery is going down, so I want to be very, very fast here. What I want to do is I have come to sample captures. All the protocols that Wireshark can capture. The company have given us sample projects that we can just use to be learning and get acquainted, so that when we have real time project we can do it. So what I want to do is I do my Control F or Command F depending on the system you are using, and then I want to write RTP here. So RTP, I've written RTP, and then I want to search for RTPs. I want to come here, RTP sample capture. Okay, now, RTP stands for Real Time Protocol. So this place is RTP sample capture. You can see it. Once I click on this now, it will start to download. And when it download, I can be able to upload it on my system on Wireshark. So this place is a voice sample capture, a VoIP voice sample capture. This is the one you want to download to practice how to listen to voice that Wireshark have been able to capture for you. Okay. So our stuff is downloading. I want to go back to my Wireshark. At this moment now, what I want to do is I want to come to this place, to this folder, and then when I click on it, I want to go to my downloads, okay? I want to go to my download, and you know that what we downloaded was RTP, right? Okay. I don't know if mine is done downloading, but I'm sure I have it here. So let me check for my downloads. Okay, it's done downloading LTP. Now let me go back to my Wireshark environment. I'm supposed to have it in my downloads here, but if you see I do not have it here, there is not the ones I have here are the ones I've been using. So what you want to do now is to click on this environment. So this environment is telling you that is showing us all captured files, the ones that we captured by ourselves. But when you click on here and then you select all files, it is going to show you all files that are in your download environment. And in this place now, what I want to do is to search for my RTP, and then I'll find out that I will get the one, and then I'll upload it to my Wireshark. Okay, I don't want to save this, so I want to do this like this, and then okay, so I'm sure it must have come up. So I want to believe this is it. Yes, this is it. Now what you want to do, decrypting an RTP protocol, RTP real time protocol. What happened like? So what you want to do is to click one of the RTP, or you search for RTP here, RTP, and you search for it, then it's going to filter by all the RTPs. Then the next thing you want to do is to click one of them. These particular packets, all of them has voice calls in them. All of them has voice calls in them. Okay, so we want to do, since we are managing time, we do not want to do some stuff and the rest of that. Okay, basically, let me just go here. And the next thing I want to do is telephony. I want to click on telephony. I've selected the RTP. I'll click on telephony. I'll come to RTP, and then I'm going to click on RTP streams. Okay, all these things are also in your this thing that I sent to you. All these are also in this place. The steps are here. Okay, I sent it to all of us to decrypt. Okay, where's our RTP? To decrypt this RTP or SIP, all these steps are here, so you have them with you. I'm only making this video because I promised to do it, and then I'm also because I want us to have full knowledge of what we are doing. Okay, so I'm going to click on telephony, and then I'm going to click on RTP stream, and then it's going to give me this environment. Why is it delaying to come up? Okay, we have it here. Now these are the two voices that we have here. Just select anyone, or you can select both of them at the same time. When you click on anyone, the next thing you want to do is play stream. When you click on play stream, it's going to come up like this. That you cannot listen to it until you also click on what, display stream, and then you are
And
going to
lastly, tulebbu pääsee Visa o telefona.
I hope you heard the audio notes that it played. Two persons we are talking. I hope you heard it. Then you also can click this one and play it individually.
And lastly, tulebbu pääsee Visa o telefona.
Okay, so this is how to be able to decrypt your, what's it called now? Your RTP protocol that Wireshark have been able to give us. Now, the next one we have here, and this is perhaps going to be the last one. You can see my battery is already down. Okay, this is something I've been suffering a long time ago now. I'm really very sorry for saying it here on this space. However, I am going to know if I can maximize the little time we have here and then be able to do another one. Now we have the one we have telnet protocol. Okay, telnet protocol, so you want to come to this place as well. So wireshark shark sample capture, you want to come to the sample capture, and then we click on telnet. Okay, telnet, then you take anyone you want to download. Okay, and then you come up here. Because I have it on my system already and I want to be fast, what I want to do is to cancel this and then come over to this place and then choose my telnet. Okay, let me click on all files. I'm supposed to have my computer open here. Okay, downloads. So I want to click on telnet. Okay, so I'm selecting one of it and then I'm uploading it online. Okay, and then let's go back and see what we wrote here. The essence is for you to understand. So filter by telnet, and then you click on follow. You right click follow, and the rest of them. And okay, let me go back to my screen. Right, then I want to go back again to my Wireshark. Right, so I want to filter for telnet. Okay, so let me filter for telnet here because there are lots of. So I want to filter for telnet. Okay, and then I have my tenant. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to right click. Okay, I'll select one, right click follow, and then I'll click on TP stream. Okay, and then it's going to give me this environment, and then Okay, so you can see the password. This is the login detail. This is the person, the capture that they give to us. Holy Spirit. So this is the login detail. This is the user, what the user password for that person that logged into this place, to this particular um, you know environment. Okay, so this is basically how we can use Wireshark to decrypt some stuff and the rest of them. There are a lot of stuff you can learn using Wireshark. .com. This is email and a whole lot of stuff and the rest of them. So this is basically how this Wireshark of a thing works on the peripheral. Okay, please, if you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section, or perhaps write it on our WhatsApp platform or DM me uh, privately. But this is basically the things you want to know about Wireshark. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things, but because we are working according to the scheme of work. Now, looking at this scheme of work, let me show you. Looking at this scheme of work that we have, they only told us setting up networking simulation tool and installing Wireshark, okay, and installing Wireshark, and then they didn't go deep. I'm the one that decided to go deep because I want to, you know, explain a whole lot and a whole lot. That's the reason why we are far behind. But now I'm not going to do that again because we need to meet up with time. We need to meet up with other guys. Okay. So in our next class, we are going to be looking at. In our next class, we're going to be looking at how we can use all these tools in this place to do some stuff. My battery is very, very down. Okay, so I want to save it so that you can be able to uh, save me in the next. Okay, thank you for so much. If you listening to our class, please endeavor to practice, endeavor to do some stuff, ask questions where necessary. Our next tool is going to be um, what's it called again? Cisco Packet Tracer. Very, very important. You don't want to miss that class at all. And um, some other things that we also need to know. Thanks so much. I appreciate